Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I guess forgot to put myself in the screen. Let me get myself in here. There we go. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Wednesday, hump day. What's good? What's good? What's good? So I appreciate you guys for coming back to another episode of Questions with Coach. As you come in, smash that like button, and we'll be giving away our points at intervals of 25, 50, 75, and 100. If we get to 100, I don't have the separate tab for you to put your questions in because I can see it now. So if you have a question for me, like I put in the directions earlier, you do exclamation point question. I can see it. It kind of stands out to me in a little screen I have up. Then I'll answer it, and that's how we gonna proceed until I find a better way. But right now, I just trying to make it easier to see the questions and to answer the questions and make it as fast as possible. Make it as easy to use on your end and easy for me to see on my end. So I appreciate you guys for coming through. And again, we are gonna stay on here for till 7:15, which will lead us up to lunch break hot take at 7:15. Link to their stream should be popping up from Streamlabs from time to time. And also, when this stream is over, when I end it, if you don't hit anything, it should take you straight to their stream. And remember, when we get to their stream, make sure you tell them Coach sent you. No matter if you was already going over there anyway. We're just gonna raid their stuff and tell them Coach sent you. But let's kind of get to the questions and get this thing started. So let me find the first question. Here it is from T. Davis. T. Davis, he says, how do we feel about Devon Duven coming back to punt return duties? Well, initially I was like, man, what are we doing? Especially after Tylan Wallace, did what he did and is able to get us some yards on punt returns and whatnot. But I think Wallace is hurt. Wallace may not even be active for the game, I think. This is what I've been reading. I got to kind of go back and do a little research, but I think he's on the verge of maybe not even playing Saturday. But if he was, I would say no. Tylan Wallace needs to be that guy back there. So I'm just he got something got to be wrong with it. Something got to be wrong. But I did see the coach say that you don't lose your job because you hurt. And in most cases, normally that's what happens. But I mean, I'd be willing to bet Tylan Wallace has. And I probably have to look this up, so I know somebody gonna fact check me and tell me I'm wrong. But I'd be willing to bet Tylan Wallace got just as many return yardages as Duven and less games. I'd be willing to bet that, and I can't look it up right now because my screen's occupied. But I'd be willing to bet that. I do. Let's go to the next one. Appreciate you, T. Davis, for your question. Let's see. We got one from Baltimore 1228. What way will the Ravens use D. Cook? I don't think no different from where he's been used in the past. I think Gus will still be our bruiser back, our short yardage, our either closer or set the tone back. And I think Justice Hill and Cook will be kind of used as those inside zone, outside zone guys. Maybe some counter. But I think our power guy is going to be Gus. And I mean the play power, not necessarily a power back. Our duo, which should be that downhill inside zone run with all those double teams, that's going to be Gus. But I think Davin Cook just fits kind of in that same role the way we was using Keaton. And I think just him and Justice Hill will split that time. It's, especially with us cutting Melvin. So I'm sure Davin Cook will be active Saturday. I'm sure he will. Sure he will be. I was kind of shocked that Melvin got cut. And somebody tweeted it. And I was like, man, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not going to believe it until I see Jeff say something. And then Jeff said that it was true. I mean, he didn't reply to my tweet. And if he did, I didn't see it. But he said that somebody else first reported it. And then later, shortly thereafter, Baltimore Ravens tweeted, we've waived Melvin Gordon. So I think we'll use Davin Cook in the same way that we were kind of using Keaton. And obviously, he's not as explosive as Keaton, but still a pretty darn good back. What up, J-Rock? Let's see what the next question is. That damn dub dropped to that damn dub 20 says, how involved will and should Mark be Saturday? I think Mark should be a secondary option. I don't think he should go in the fire and be like, hey, back, you're the guy. No. I don't think that. I think we should be status quo as far as what we was doing with Likely. And if we have to have some 2 receiver sets that we trying to throw out of, I mean, not 2 receivers, 2 tight end sets that we're trying to throw out of, then you can put Mark in there. But if it's 2 receivers, I keep saying receivers, 2 tight end sets where we don't, like, we want to know if we want to run or pass, let that second tight end be Ricard or Kolar. But if it's legit pass, I'm cool with throwing Mark out there. Likely's been hot, man. It's, you feed your hot hand, you keep it going. You keep that hot hand going. Hey, Agnes. How you doing? Next up, let's see. He got another one. With Duvernay coming back. Oh, we talked about that one already. We already hit that one. Dylan got one. If you got a question, do exclamation point Q, and I can see it better, and that way I'll put it up on the screen. Who do you think is our X factor on offense and defense, not including Lamar or Hamilton? So I'll start with offense. The obvious choice would probably be Zay. But I'm going to go Odell. I think Odell is the guy that will bring this calmness over the receiving room and probably the offense as in general, because he's been there before. And he'll make 4 or 5 plays to kind of spark what we need to happen. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to lead us in receiving or have the best stats or whatnot, but I think he'll set that tone, like make a couple catches, make some tough catches, get that enthusiasm going, beat his chest and get the crowd going. Then everybody else will be like, then we'll go play ball. I think that's what Odell gonna bring to us. So I think that's why Odell will be the X factor on offense. On defense, Roquan and PQ. They're gonna set the tone. So when they try to run the ball early, smack that in the mouth, and then make them. The thing is, making sure they can't run the ball, and so when they have to drop back pass, there's a difference. There's a difference in straight drop back passing versus play action passing. Drop back passing, the linebackers don't have to move. They can get back in their zones and start finding they reads and whatnot. Play action passing, they got to do their run fakes. They got to do their read steps, maybe even step up to the line of scrimmage, then try to get back in their zones. That creates a whole nother void in the defense. So we need to shut down their run so they don't even think about play action. They just straight drop back, which is what they did to Cleveland. So we need to do that same thing to them. So I think Roquan and PQ will be, guys that shut down their run, and then we can kind of rush the passer with our edge guys and our defensive line. All right, next up. Let's see what I got over here. Q, what about Hill? I think Hill going to start. I think Hill will be the starter. Gus will be the short yardage, the pound you guy. And then Davin Cook will be the changeup. That's what I think about that. I think Hill's gonna be the starter. I don't think Davin Cook coming in and starting. I think Davin Cook get the least carries out of the 3, if that makes sense. So let's say we run the ball, not including Lamar. Let's say we run the ball 22 times. Just a random number I throw out there, 22. I like 22. I would say Justice and Gus get 15 of those, maybe 18 of those, and Hill get 4 or 5. Cook get 4 or 5. That's what I'm saying. And if we run more than that, that ratio kind of stay the same. If we run 30, Hill may get, Cook may get 6 or 7. So I don't think he's going to come in and like take over unless he just go off on them carries, which I wouldn't be mad at, but I'm just saying. I think he'll be the starter, though. Let's see. Next question. Remember, put the exclamation point Q. That way I can see your questions. Exclamation Q. Because they stand out to me on my screen when you do it like that. That damn good has another one. Well, do we have restored faith in our offensive line and protection? I don't know if it's restored faith, because we have some rested tackles. I'll say that. I think we have some healed tackles. Ronnie's been able to be off that ankle and maybe do some rehab and get it a little bit more stronger, so to speak. So he should be able to anchor better and maybe be closer to the Ronnie that we like and love. I know he's not 100%. But maybe he would be better. Morgan Moses had the shoulder issue, so he's been kind of off and on a little bit. Now their pass rush, they got 3 pass rushes over there that's pretty darn good, and they got a guy in the interior that's decent too. So this won't be easy. It's not gonna be a cakewalk. By no means is it gonna be a cakewalk. So we got to handle our business. Got to handle our business. All right, next up, let's see. I think Reg put some. So, Reg, are these punt return numbers? 23 returns for 290 yards, longest being 70. And Wallace has 6 returns for 170. Okay. I was wrong. Appreciate you, Reg, though. Appreciate it. Let's see what else. Attitude Pop got one. He says, how do you feel about all year Lamar and the Ravens being disrespected even after checking all the boxes and keep bringing up the pass of the playoffs, and everyone is picking the Texans to beat us? Sad. Well, first off, I haven't seen anybody pick the Texans. I personally haven't seen anybody pick the Texans. But not saying that other people aren't. Now, they're, CJ Stroud. The NFL is what have you done for me lately? And we have our starters and our main guys haven't played since we drugged the Dolphins. And that's part of what it is, because let's think about what's going on. All right, so we drugged the Dolphins week 17. Week 18, the Texans had a win to get in game that they won. Last week, their first playoff game, they upset a team. So Texans for the past 2 weeks, Ravens just been chilling. So their name is hot in the streets because they've been playing, they've been doing well. We just been sitting back. Chilling. And if you don't know, real gangsters move in silence. And so let's let them keep talking. Let them keep yapping. Let them keep doing. I think they be doing it like this. Let them keep doing that. Just let them keep doing it. But at the end of the day, we're gonna be doing this. Just know at the end of the day, we're gonna be doing that. That's how that roll. So we ain't got to talk with them pads, like Ro tell you. Well, we ain't got to talk with the pads. People that's going to the game, you talk with your voice, but the players gonna talk with them pads. Frito dropped the question. He says, "Do you think Andrews freelancing will disrupt the offense?" Yes, I do, but I hope he's seen how well Likely fits and does what he does, and he kind of stops it as much. Now, I don't want him completely stop it, because he does find some open spots sometimes. But Likely kind of, the thing is, when you freelance, the quarterback don't always really know where you're going to be at. When you run your route and do whatever the play says, the quarterback has a general idea of where you're going to be, even if he's looking at you. So if Lamar drop back and his reads over here, say he got curl flat to the left, and they cover it, and he know he got a dig coming, a dig or a basic coming in. So automatically he already knows my basic should be coming right at the middle of the field, and he can already be anticipating and getting ready to throw it. Well, if you freelancing and you done hitched up around a curl or something like that, now he ready to throw it. Then you ain't where you at, so now you got to come over here, and now the end instead of coming. So it's imperative that he do it at times, especially if it's an option route. That's one thing, but if it's not that, probably need to kind of do what they say so Lamar can kind of have a general idea of where he's supposed to be at. All right, let's see what else we got. I think I got another right here. Produced by Urban Closer. He says, what weakness do you think the Ravens can exploit defensively and offensively on Saturday? I'll give you two that pops off my head defensively. Whenever 41 is in the game, and I don't know his name, whenever 41 is in the game, run at him. Like, if 41 is over Ronnie Stanley and it's a run situation, make him run at him. Don't let him be the guy that can chase stuff down, because he's a smaller guy. Make him have to block. Make him have to get off a block of Ronnie Stanley, or run power at him. Make him have to get off a block of Pat Ricard or Kevin Zeitler pulling. Don't let him be just a chase down guy. Make that son gun like hold up. Make him have to set the edge. And if he do it, fine, you go do something else. If he don't, keep pounding his butt until they take him out. Now, he's not a starter, but I'm just saying when he's in. The starter is Grenard and Will Anderson. But, most teams kind of have a rotation at the edge, especially if you have a longer drive. And when he's in the game, run at his butt. Secondly, when if you can expose Stingley, and I ain't saying just throw at him, but Stingley kind of reminds me of a certain ex-Raven that will take chances and sometimes out of position from taking those chances. Defense, offensively, for us, I just talked about it a minute ago. We got to stop the run. Stopping the run is we just got to stop the run. We got to stop the run. And I will say this. Nico Collins has been balling. But I think their two next valuable receivers are Schultz and Brevin Jordan. Now, what we can't do is we can't forget about Robert Woods. Because Robert Woods has had some productive time in the NFL. Because Tank Dell's hurt. Noah Brown's hurt. So, their receiving core is not as... They're hurt. I'm just going to say that. They're hurt. They're hurt. And we just got to take advantage of those guys not being healthy. That's it. All right, David Rodriguez has a question. Matter of fact, we got, 36 likes? Let me drop some points real quick before I answer David's question. We got 36 likes. Hit that like button. Try to get us to our next goal of 50. So, 25 likes given. All right, David, let me get to David's question. David says, didn't the Browns play more man? The Browns played a lot of man, a boatload of man, versus how we play more zone and cover two over the top. Yeah, so the Browns played a lot of man. The Browns don't play defense like we did. This is what the Browns did. The Browns, and this is, in my eyes, this is what I think they did. They lined up. They were like, look, we got 3 good corners. You got 2 good receivers. We're going to play man. You can't block Myles Garrett all day, and we're going to get to the quarterback. That was their plan. Didn't work. So then there were situations where they played some zone, and the guys that should have been doing their zone responsibilities didn't, and CJ made them pay. Anytime they left open voids in the zone, CJ made them pay. He made them pay. So our defense is totally different from Cleveland's. Like what CJ sees pre-snap, it will not be the same post-snap. It won't be the same post-snap. He can see one high with everybody in the box, and it can look like a 4-4, cover 1 or cover 3, and I guarantee you it might be Tampa 2. Whatever he see pre-snap, it will not be that post-snap. Won't be. All right, let's go to the next one. Appreciate you. Who is that? David. Appreciate you, David. Another one from Ye Rock. How do you think our secondary players with Marlin seemingly looking to be absent from Saturday's game? I think they're going to hold up pretty well. because of our scheme, man. Our scheme doesn't really set those guys on the island as much as Wink used to. Like Wink used to be a lot of man, a lot of one-on-one situations for those guys. And yes, we will play some man, and maybe some instances where we get caught in man. But for the most part, our scheme does not allow you to get over top of us. If we get you in straight drop back situations, they can get after the quarterback. So I think our scheme helps the secondary out. They don't just have to be man corners all the time. They can play some zone. They can fit. They can blitz some. They can get some cat blitzes. So our scheme and pass rush and how fast Roquan and PQ run the field, they kind of help our DBs out too. And the fact that you got Kyle that can kind of do some of any damn thing, and you never know where he's going to be and what he's going to do. So I think our secondary will be straight. Let's see. Live streaming Saturday. Most definitely, Paul. Most definitely. Actually, the link is already up there. I did the link as soon as they announced who we was playing. So the link for the live stream is already up for Saturday. Definitely be there. Definitely. Let's see. What's the next question? Here we go. From Michael. Appreciate you, Michael. He says, putting on your GM hat on regardless of how the season goes, what are you doing with the running back room? All right. So I think the only guy that's under contract is Justice Hill. And maybe Keaton. Keaton's an undrafted free agent, but I don't really know how that really works. So let's just say Keaton too. So we got Justice Hill and Keaton. I'm making a play for Saquon. But if I can't get him, I'm probably going to draft me a guy. And then I want to see. My third option is to see what JK is willing to sign for. Because I know we were having those, he wanted the top dollar money, because of running backs being devalued, all that stuff at the beginning of the season, but he hadn't finished a season, I mean, he had the last year where he kind of missed the middle part, but 2 big time injuries, you can't get no big dollars. So it kind of depends on what kind of money. I'm gonna take that back. Let me start over, Mike. First off, I want to see what JK gonna do. If he's trying to get big dollars, I can't do that. But then I want to see what Saquon talking about. And I know Saquon, came off a season-ending injury 2 years ago. But normally, the second year after them injuries, when you kind of get back to yourself. So he might be the old Saquon, and having Saquon and Lamar back there, that'd be some nasty stuff right there. But then if all else fails, I'm gonna just have to draft me a guy, man. The running back room is what it is. You got to draft a guy, I think. And it don't have to be. Look at Keaton. It don't have to be early. Get a guy that fits. Get a guy that can run zone stuff. That's what you do. Get a guy that can run zone stuff. All right. Let's see what we got. Next one's from T. Appreciate you, T. He says, not sure if it was asked, but what are the strengths of the Texans that could catch us off guard? It was asked but a different way, but I got a different answer for you. They're edge guys. They get after the quarterback. Will Anderson, the kid from Alabama, who's a rookie, Jonathan Grenard or Grenard, however you pronounce it, has had a resurgence since they drafted Will Anderson. Like now he got a Robin, and so he turned into Batman. So both of them Batman. Then they also got a third guy that can get after. I forget his name, slips my mind. They have a third guy that can get after the quarterback too. So their defensive ends kind of give me the quick. None of them Myles Garrett or Bosa or nothing like that. But they're young, they're energetic, and our tackles are older. So they can kind of scare me a little bit. Define quarterbacky. That's a good one. Brock Purdy. That was a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. You got me on that one. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that one. Next question. From what's that? Kashi. He says, I might be remembering wrong, but I think Gus has back-to-back games with fumbles. You think that factors in the Cook's playing time? Absolutely. Yeah, I know how John is with fumbles. I don't think it was back-to-back, but it might be like two. It might have been back-to-back, but if it wasn't back-to-back, it was two in the last 3 games. So, yeah, I know how John is with fumbles. Y'all remember, see, I can't remember his name. I forget the kid name that fumbled and just we never saw him again. He went up under the doghouse. Had a great preseason camp and just went missing. We ain't seen the kid since. I forget to say that's how bad it is. You fumble, John put you in the shadow realm. You fumble, John take you to the quantum realm. I mean, not the shadow realm. You down in the quantum realm with Ant-Man mother-in-law. I got you, urban closer. I got you. But yeah, I think that definitely plays a factor into them doing what they did to Melvin Gordon and giving Cook some more PT. Definitely. Let's see. We got 4 minutes. Let me see how many more I can get in here. That damn dub. He says, at what length are you willing to go in order to bring back Jadeveon Clowney? For the right price. Right, for the right price. The price got to be right, man. The price got to be right. Think about this. Offense, you got Roquan's money. I'm sorry, defense, you got Roquan's money. Offense, you got Lamar's money. You got to build around all the rest of that. You got to build around them two guys. You got a centerpiece on both sides. Lamar, Roquan. And the money has to build around both of those guys. It just got to. Them the two guys that's gonna lead you for years to come. So it has to fit into that. And then they talking about we got to pay him out of BK too. So yeah, we'll see. Let me drop your 50 likes, your 50 points real quick. All right, 50 points done. See what's next on the docket. Derek, appreciate the Killer Cam. Let's see where we at. We at the bottom, man. We at the bottom. Hey, I got 3 minutes to drop some questions if you got them. 3 minutes. And then we going over the lunch break hot take. Let's do this then for these last 2 or 3 minutes. Let's play over and under. Let's play over and under. Let me get this off. How I get this off? Let's play over and under real quick. So over and under. Over and under. Lamar Jackson passing 225 yards. Over or under. Lamar Jackson passing for 225 yards. In fact, I'll type it in the chat box. Let me see. Here we go. Right here. Nope. I don't. Over. Everybody got over. So over. All right. Okay. Let me get another one for you. Under because we're going to run more. If we had a lead, definitely, David. If we have the lead, definitely. If we have the lead, I think so. 250. All right, let's do this one. I'm going to type it in there so everybody get a fair chance. All right, here's the next one. Over or under. 5 catches for Bateman. Yeah, hit that like button, like Ronnick said. 95 in here. We need 6 more likes to get those 75 points. 6 more likes to get that 75 points. And we got under a minute. So under. I think bait goes. I would love if bait go off. I would love it. Would love it. Mm. Under 5 catches. Under. Oh, this is interesting. It's interesting. I think we're gonna spread that thing around. I think you might get 4 or 5 from bait, 4 or 5 from Zay, 4 or 5 from Likely, 4 or 5 from Lamar, 1 or 2 from Nelly, maybe 1 or 2 from Gus. Boy, if we had this, it's definitely a dub. If we had that, it's definitely a dub. Definitely a dub. Definitely. 2 more likes so we can get out of here. 2 more. If you haven't hit that like button, there it is. There it is. Let me give you your points. Let me give you your points. Let me give you your points. Close, dog. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to raid Lunch Break Hot Take stream. Go over there to Lunch Break Hot Take. If you don't follow them, the link has been scrolling through the stream elements, has been putting it in there, in and out. Once I end the stream, it'll take you straight to it. Should take you straight to it. But don't meet me there. Beat me there. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you're watching this on the replay. And we'll meet you over in Lunch Break Hot Takes chat box, man. I appreciate y'all. I thank you. And I do have a video. At 9:15. Chalk Talk Part 2 with Coach All 22. Chalk Talk Part 2 with Coach All 22 is at 9:15 tonight. So put your notifications on. You're going to love it. This time we actually talked about plays. We ain't just talked the whole time. We talked about plays. So at 9:15, Chalk Talk with All 22, me and Coach All 22. So there it is. See y'all Lunch Break Hot Take. Peace and love, man. Love y'all. If I can figure out how to end my stream, I got so much going on. There it is. You don't need no butterflies. Just go in there and scream loud, T.